And this has been turned over, and we've turned it upside down to start with. So we've gone into the Scorpio energies, the dark energies, the nighttime energies, but to go through the beauty of it, to get to the deeper depths of the inner troll triggers, to then be able to navigate and swim with them, because you made friends with them, so therefore they're not going to be your trolls anymore. What is it? Keep your enemies closer or something, and that external thing. But it's not about keeping your enemies closer because for ulterior motives, even though we were talking about ulterior motives. It's about keeping your enemies closer so you can get to know them better and make friends with them, because we're talking about the internal archetypal energies of self, because you've all got to share this one body. And it's about dancing in harmony, understanding all the different perspectives. Maybe they're an inner troll because they're better in their communication through the heart and the movement and body, and they're not very good with words, and the words they have aren't very good words, and they don't deliver them in the best way because they grew up in a dynamics where words were utilized in an abusive situation. But then you're coming into the fire now because you're burning off. You're going to burn off these energies so that they become lighter, so it goes more like steam, because we've got the ice. You're going to defrost the ice with the heat, with the warmth, so that the water can go from solid of ice into a liquid and then into an evaporation form, so that the heavy stagnant feelings, the water retention causing the heaviness in the body, can lighten and evaporate, so that we get a lighter sense of feeling, so that the musculoskeletal system in the body that isn't functioning properly, so that when we push our feet into the ground, we feel that push back up through the energetics is actually going to start working again. So again, legs up the walls, supported inversions, getting onto your couch and putting your head on the floor and your legs up the wall or up the end of the couch, because we're now going back into the Taurus energies, where we're going into the eagle's neck. Into the eagle's neck. Neck is the throat chakra, Taurus. It's the warm energies. So new ways of expressing through your throat chakra, which doesn't have to be through words, but if it is through words, it could start to be through songs, but it might be through primal sounding, just getting stuff out through the throat chakra. Panting like a dog at different rhythms. Exploring the breath, exploring your sounds. It's number 3 again. So we've got the 3 from the 38. We've got the 3 from the 38 in Scorpio, the 3 from Sagittarius, and the 3 from Virgo. So what's the triangulation going on between Sagittarius, Virgo, Scorpio, and Leo? So we've got a really fiery card for your Leo energies. Fuel, fire, ether, life, because this is really going to bring that new life force energy into play, where the rest of your life is not going to be anything like your life previous. You can feel shifting going on. It's like everything's feels. Let's see. The fiery cosmic wormhole heightens ancient dragon beams, intensifying sensory chimera codes that sweep down, bleed down, feed around your entire being, burnishing back delusions and deceits. So that's the inner troll, isn't it? Burning it away. Sacred fires bind to you, weaving new knowledge between your cells, through your cells, lighting and relighting, igniting and relighting the light that felt lost. The dragon's breath fuels and drives and delivers sacred enlightenment. So yeah, we're thinking dragon lines, ley lines, the earth grids, ley lines on the earth grids, represented to the channels, the nadis, the sen lines, the meridians in the body. You may wish to go onto a search engine again and look up a meridian chart and see what chart stands out to you. Go to that chart and see what colors you're drawn to, or maybe even go to yellows, oranges, or reds. And on that meridian chart, on the particular colors that you go to, there might be some acupressure points, and you may be drawn to because your body knows, your body's giving you messages and answers all the time, and so you'll get drawn to something, and then you might go, okay, let's go there, and then you'll copy it and push it on your body, and you'll create a release of congestion in that acupressure point that will create slack to go somewhere else. Like we were talking our body that we needed slack to lengthen here, that slack needs to come from somewhere else that's tightened. Yeah, so that might be something. And you've got the whirlwind vortex going into this light point here. That brings you out again in that eagle's neck into the nature. So even summertime, you might be have a fire in your back garden or your back patio or an outdoor area. Don't you necessarily need to have a fire. You can actually buy those fire logs. So you might want to get one of those fire logs. Make sure you put it on a heat-proof something or other, or make sure you're aware of the surface you put it on, and put the fire log on and watch that burn. Because we were talking, it was somewhere, Candle, wasn't it? Oh, that was the Taurus one. That was the Taurus one, about watching the candle flame. So candle flames inside or logs outside. And even here, if you look up here, we're looking up here, you've got the lighter patches here. But if you were just to put all of this into black and white and take out the colour, you'd have your lighter patches here going into these lighter patches here. So these cards are merging together. But I almost would like to do this. We're having to look. See, we're having to look. We can't do this when we look at the cards, but we can do this when we look at the laptop screen. So that goes to show that there's a different filter or lens going on when we look at a screen to when we look at the cards directly. So when we look at the screen, we can see how this flow. This here, the mountains here are flowing into here, flowing into here. And then the wording lines up. So you've come from the outdoor tangible scene reality. The mountains are in the distance. We're more emotionally mature, so we can navigate new planes of awareness in these challenging realms of emotions, releasing the rigidity and the tension in the body by discovering more of our inner troll states and making friends with them. Burning them away through candle flame staring or fires or panting, whatever we said earlier, to go back into the realm of logic and reason through the words. Just looking at these two in the screen, they merge beautifully.